Hello lovely people, this is Prosty here, or as you guys call me in the West, Prosty, which is a bit of a funny pronunciation, but don't worry about it. Today I want to talk to you about retro emulation frontend, so a software that allows you to play retro games on your emulation console that I developed. It's called TreeFrogUI. It's a port of a much older try that we had in a community of a different device called FrogUI. This is SF3000. This is its older brother. TreeFrogUI is currently supporting a lot of devices you wouldn't believe. For example, SF3000. By the way, those devices I will call going forward SF3000 Lite or SF3000 family. SF3500. They're all virtually the same device except for minor changes like screen aspect ratio, resolution, plus the form factor as well. Why TreeFrogUI? Well, those devices, all of those you can see here, you can buy them for less than $20. If you are looking for a good deal, you can snag them for like $14 sometimes, which make them an excellent way to start your retro gaming experience, or hobby maybe, depends if you like it. Sadly, the operating system, the stock frontend as I call it, that these devices come with is unfortunately awful. For example, it doesn't let you add new games. Well, it does, but you have to go to your computer and modify manually a CSV file, or run a custom software that's gonna do it for you. It doesn't let you save in games, the stock operating system. So for games like Pokemon, you are actually unable to complete them because sometimes you are forced to save the game, restart your console, for example, to go to Kanto in Pokemon Silver after Elite Four in Johto. It wouldn't let you, for example, save in PlayStation 1 games or change PlayStation 1 discs, so even if Metal Gear Solid worked, you wouldn't be able to finish it. But what pains me the most is it wouldn't let you change any emulation options. No frame skip, no colorization, no ghosting, no compatibility options. It was just play the games we are giving you, don't ask for more, and I hated it. There are devices that I find extremely well refined thanks to the community and software, like Mio Mini devices, Mio Mini Plus, before I guess Flip Mini these days as well. They can run many frontends. One of them is MiniUI, which this is clearly inspired by. You have a list of games. When you navigate to a list of games, the only thing you see is the game itself. Maybe a box art. This also supports box art. It's super minimalistic. However, there is another option on Mio devices that this has a lot of genes of, which is called Onion OS. And Onion OS was meant to take you to the game, but make the experience pretty. Have the best stock settings for emulators, so you don't have to play with them. Have the best user experience you could get. And even though Mio devices are underpowered, this is also extremely underpowered, to this day in 2026, people still buy them, and many, including me, treat them as their main device. And just FYI, I have other devices, like unburning devices. This is H700, which is vastly superior to the Mio Mini chipset. That was 28XX, the console model. I even have Steam Deck at home, and I have AYN Tor. Well, to be fair, I use my Tor a lot, so maybe a wrong comparison. Either way, the stock operating system was user... it was insanely difficult for the user to use it, so I couldn't deal with it. I think that cheap hardware is excellent. It can, even though it's underpowered, it can give you a lot. TreeFrogUI supports 52, maybe more systems. You can play up to PlayStation 1. You can play Amiga games, which is extremely interesting for the people who know, because it is tough to emulate. There is a core created by one of our community members, a port of an old PSP emulator that works flawlessly here, mostly. You can play, of course, all the standard Game Boy games up to PlayStation 1, But even we have stuff like ports. For example, we have a port of Quake 1. It's not PlayStation 1, it's actual Quake running natively on the machine. So even though it is underpowered, it's still usable. If it wasn't for that stock operating system, which I keep on complaining about. And so TreeFrogUI was meant to replace it. It was meant to give you back saves in games. It was made so that adding new games is trivial. It was made so installing it was trivial. The only thing you have to do to install it is take the card out of your device, install the system backup if you don't have one, unzip TreeFrogUI, drop done. How do you install games? You just drop them in any folder you'd like. I created some by default that have background images, but you can create your own completely fine, and just drop the ROM in there. A lot of emulators support zipped, so archives, so you can save on space as well. Not all of them. This device is too weak to support, say, PlayStation 1 and archives. That would be too much. Plus, it has a lot of cool stuff that you don't see around. For example, apart from being able to customize it by adding your own box art to each game, you can turn on off animations. Sure, you can show hide empty folders. Sure, game switcher. Game switcher is Onion OS driven. You will see it in a second. What I like the most about this system is it can actually auto resume games. So say you are playing Tetris and you need to go, you just hard press the, you go to menu, you hard press the power off button, and the next time you put the device, it's gonna turn on Tetris and it's gonna be exactly where you left it, just like MinUI does. If you don't like that, say you are playing more than one game, you can enable Game Switcher, it's enabled by default, with an option of starting recents. What that is gonna do is, it's gonna take you to this beautiful page. And this page has a screenshot of where you last left the game, plus some playtime. For example, we played half a minute according to the game tracker. But it has those amazing screenshots, so you can orient yourself in what games were you playing on which system, how long, etc. Recent is my favorite addition to this system. I just play it a lot. Now, I'm an older person, I'm a millennial. And I don't mean to say it in a negative connotated way. I just want to say that I don't have time or patience. Honestly, it's mostly patience these days to play the games as I used to when I was younger. So for example, when I play a NES game, and I suck at it, because of course I do. I was never that good at platformers anyways, and a Goomba kills me, that would be it, right? However, TreeFrogUI has a rewind option, so I can try again. Or for example, if you are playing RPGs, you can speed the game up. That's in Pokemon games, we can show that as well. See, recent, so beautiful, you will grow to love it, trust me. If you never used Onion OS, you will absolutely love it. So yeah, it supports rewind, it supports fast forwards as we call it. So in here, for example, you can go to the menu. It has a beautiful emulation menu. It's inspired by MinUI, but not exactly. I have changed some of the stuff. And you can enable fast forwards and rewinds. Fast forwards is select and Y. And it goes up to like 3 times. So it's super good for JRPGs as well. What else can it do? Well, it gives you, like I mentioned before, all of the options, configuration options and emulator support. So for example, for GBA you can set frame skip, yeah sure, but you can enable something called color correction. Color correction slightly changes the colors so they match the developer intended experience on the Game Boy Advance. It really depends on the game, but my favorite demo of that feature is actually going to a Game Boy game. So let's find the GB game. And there is a beautiful option which is called, an emulation option, GB colorization. It allows you to change it as you see fit from a ton of palette options like pixel shift, etc. Let's do pack 2. Pack 3 has my favorite one, which is called probably this. See, it allows you to colorize games. You would not be able to do it on the stock firmware. I know it's silly to be so hyped about it. There's a ton of good stuff. I'm not going through massively in this review. I just want to hype you up to let you know that you can run it too. For example, I ported Rockbox. You know, people buy iPods, like an actual iPods, so they can use Rockbox. And iPods are expensive. This is less than 20 bucks. This is like $14. And you can actually run Rockbox. I'm sorry for the theme, it's unfortunate, I didn't really change it. But it also supports themes, because this is by no means a different experience than an iPad would be. iPod, sorry. See? It really delivers a lot of value you don't expect it to do for less than 20 bucks. A lot of cool stuff is added as well, like 32X, Sega 32X, so you can play CD games. I'm just going through it as I see. There is my favorite platform, Pico 8, which it runs a custom core I kind of fixed. I need to pull request it. It's a fork of Fake 08. It's completely playable. Can you see it? This is full FPS. You can even change the options like in any of the emulators. See, 60 FPS, Celeste. On a hardware that's less than 20 bucks. I'm sorry, I'm getting hyped for it myself, but I really enjoy this hardware. I think it's great. There are some downsides like SNES. It's a tough console to emulate. Not all of the games are going to be perfect. Or even PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1, I'm using a custom emulator that's called PCSX for all. It's an emulator that's roughly 9 years out of date, but it is the best performance we can get. It delivers. You are not going to be able to play all of the games, but as you can see by the FPS count in here, a ton of games, like my favorite Harvest Moon game, Metal Gear Solid, Spyro, all of those are gonna be completely playable on the device. What else? What else do you need? I didn't really mention it. It is supported widely across all of the emulators, but for example, I made it so that the shortcuts are always navigated by a select button, so you don't need to remember a lot of it. Fast forward, select plus Y. Rewind, select plus B. You want a save state? Select plus R2, just like MIUI or Onion OS, right? Load is gonna be select plus L1. You don't even need to go to the menu if you don't like it. What can I say? It's still buggy. It's gonna be buggy because I'm the only developer who works on it. However, if you're unfortunate to end up owning one of those clones, R36S clones, and you cannot for whatever reason return it, or maybe you were interested in the SF3000 or 3500 or 3100, which I don't even know, give TreeFrogUI a try. It takes roughly 3 minutes to set up. And if you were so kind to please go to my GitHub page and leave me feedback of how you found the experience, I would appreciate it greatly. I'm here to deliver you guys, as I said, the best user experience I can think of, but that requires user input as well. Now there is one rule which I kind of insinuated. This is not as powerful as R36S, which is similar in price. So there is Q&As that I wanted to do. There are questions I constantly get for those devices. PSP, will this be able to run PSP? Well, it's gonna be able to start a game, but no matter what we do in the community, it's not gonna be playable. PSP is very heavily GPU oriented. This doesn't have a 3D GPU. It's probably gonna work at some point, and it's gonna be like 2 to 7 to 12 FPS. So forget about it. PSP is a no-go. NDS, Nintendo DS. Nintendo DS is a much tougher one because there is an emulator called Drastic. Sadly, we don't have source code for it. And consoles like ARM consoles like R36S, for example, there is a build that the creator published for ARM, sorry, it's not my native, English isn't my native language, which they use. That was a phone build. This is not ARM. This is a different CPU architecture. So unless a new emulator for Nintendo DS comes out, or unless the Drastic author releases the source code, it's unlikely you will play Nintendo DS on this anytime soon. I'm not saying never. Will it brick? No. So that's the beauty of those cheap devices. Just like the Ambernic device I showed you, which is the 28XX, the actual operating system doesn't live on the device. It lives on the SD card. So no, it will never brick. You can always recover those devices. New devices, yes, I can port this to other devices in the future, like SF3100, but I'm not gonna buy it for 50 quid as it is right now. It's too expensive. Other non-family devices, yeah, TreeFrogUI is open source. You can just go there and try to port it to your own device. Again, bugs, suggestions, anything you wanna add, just go to GitHub. There is an issues tab you can give feedback to, or there is a feedback form that a lot of users tend to use. Thank you very much. This was just me rambling about my own stuff, but hopefully it's gonna hype you up for the device. There is a lot of work that went into it, and this wouldn't be possible without the original SF3000, like I mentioned, and the Frog UI we have built with that community. Although I started the project, I didn't finish it. It was made by a lot of people that are listed as authors, and a lot of you guys testing it. So benefit from what's done, just use it. It's worth it, man. It's worth it.